1. Here we go. What I have here, and I'm going to do this as I rant, and people are going to start showing up here in a minute. What I'm going to do here is as I rant, so I don't get in the future, and I'll talk about this in a minute, as I don't get silenced, you know, because I think some people out there are trying to shut me up, you know, because I don't post bad shit. I have 12 over here. I've got 1 over here. It takes a little bit while for Facebook to actually catch up a little bit, but YouTube over here, I have 12. And what I want to do is I want to get and open up my platform a little bit more. And I'll be talking, and you got YouTube, you got Facebook over here. What I want to do is open up my platform a little bit more, start doing live videos on you guys, YouTube, which is part of my membership channel, and then my Facebook, which was huge at one time, and now it's down to nothing because somebody reported me for shit I don't even know about. And it wasn't for cursing, because we already looked into all that shit. So let's see how many I'm going to run through tonight on my Facebook channel. That is at 500 now, after it was shut down and deleted for violating Facebook policies. And and we're appealing it, but that was 2 weeks ago. The day right after it got shut down on a Saturday night, that somebody had reported me. And what I wanted to do is make my platform bigger, actually. I'm going to get on Spotify, you know, start doing my podcast off of Spotify. I'm going to get on Rumble, you know, basically just to get, what's up, Adam? Get people out there and watching. And this is, and this is, I can't believe it hasn't happened before, but this is the biggest risk that a lot of YouTubers from you guys, or Facebook Live from you guys, and I'm happy it didn't put a dent in my money wise, because I don't, you know, I'm not making a ton of money off of YouTube, but to shut somebody down like that because you don't like what they say, or you don't like what they're talking about, I think it's bullshit. But I understand it. It's another thing too. I understand why a lot of people out there, and I do ruffle a lot of feathers, and I understand why they do it, but the makeup shit to do it, and that's how come we're appealing it. But what they did was they took out 5,000 of my YouTube friends, and then they took out, luckily I did something a long time ago that I think a lot of you guys should do, and I'm going to talk to you guys about it, Adam. You know, Big Chef, he gets on here. A lot of you Facebook YouTuber guys, y'all need to do this. If you guys have a channel out there, you need to put administrators to that channel, because if you only have yourself, if you guys notice that my buy, sell, and trade, the one that's actually gotten really huge out there, that is actually still there. Now, if I had my own name affiliated with that, it would have been gone too, with all of my Facebook followers. The 5,000 are gone. I'm trying to get them back, and they're gone. So what I have on my senior softball bat reviews, I actually, because that has 3,200, I think is what the count was, 3,200 followers on that senior softball bat reviews channel that's affiliated with my main channel that got deleted, is you got to put somebody. I put Trey Roberts, without him even knowing it a long time ago. I put Trey Roberts as administrator. They cannot shut you down if you put somebody else as administrator, because you're the one that they say that has violated their policies on Facebook, which I still haven't heard what I did. And I don't do bad shit. I don't post bad shit. I do not post political shit. I don't do none of that shit. So I didn't understand, why would they do this? Why did, why did they, and I still haven't got an explanation. you've got to submit your driver's license. You got to submit all this shit in there for them to see why, if this is really you. Are you really the one that's protesting what they did? And all it did was someone complained about you. That's what it actually told me whenever they shut me down. Someone complained about you. But what I was getting back to is whenever you have another channel, which I had 2 more other ones, buy, sell, and trade, and I have the senior softball bat reviews. I put Patty in charge of the buy, sell, and trade with Trey Roberts. And then with the senior softball bat reviews, I put Trey Roberts in charge of that. And he didn't even know this. I just put his name down there and connected his Facebook page with that one. That's what you need to do. You need to put somebody that you trust that will be in charge of that page, just in case you get deleted by voicing your opinion, And but look at it, guys. This is what we have turned into. If you don't like somebody, if you don't like what their opinion is, or you don't like what they say, all of a sudden they start throwing shit against the wall, and hopefully it will stick, or hopefully you get you. What's up, Chino? Hopefully they get you to shut the hell up. That's how come I've doubled down with my YouTube channel over here, and we will start doing Facebook Live with both of them. My YouTube channel, which has 9,000 followers, and then I have this one, which on Facebook with what just got 500 followers, because I'm trying to build it back up. But another thing too, I don't want to rant about this too much, because it's gone, it's done. I got to move forward. I just can't. What's up, Rich? I can't bitch and moan about it. It's just something that people do. I'm not going to lose any fucking sleep over it. I just got to go back at it again and double down on it. That's how come I'm putting more of our content out there. I'm going to flood, the videos that I have waiting. I'm going to start just flooding it, because the way our society is nowadays, they don't like what you say. They talk shit about you, or they lie about you. That's just, our government does it. Social media does it. You're labeled something if they don't like what you say. What's up, Trey? And I understand it. I'll do things a little different. I kind of got a good idea on who it is, though. I mean, that's another thing too. I'm not going to say anything, but I kind of got a good idea, and I really don't think it's about the bat shaving shit either. I don't think it's about that. I think it's about other shit. But I have no proof, unless the people that we're talking about on Facebook actually comes back and says, what they're not going to, who did this, who put in the complaint, and I went back and looked at all my stuff, and I'm going, I didn't do shit. I didn't do nothing to get me in trouble. And that's how come you guys listen to what I said. I don't know if I said it 2 weeks ago, because I didn't go on last night. I was out of town. I didn't get back in town last night till 1:30 in the morning. I missed my 8 o'clock yesterday one, but I'm going to do one tonight, and I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to do it on Christmas Eve, and I hope everybody has a great Christmas. I know that. I just hit a little stumble in the road, I guess you can say. But I really would like people that actually do this shit and just think up shit, and now they're doing research on it. We actually got a lawyer involved too, and I don't know how much he's going to get too far and involved in it, but asking him questions, and he looked through the Facebook policy, and there's nothing in there. Even the occasional F-bomb being thrown. He said that's nothing. So, what I told you guys the other day is, a lot of you guys that are, are not on, like I said last week, what is it, 50%? 50% of my followers, that are watching on my YouTube channel, are not subscribers, and a lot of you guys, I was talking to you guys over here about, y'all guys need to get together, because if they shut me down here, you guys can always be over here on my YouTube channel. You guys shut me down over here, you can always go up to Spotify, you can always go to Rumble and shit like that. The way a lot of these bat review guys, because what's going to happen is it's going to get so bad, they're going to try to silence you. They don't like what you're saying. If you don't like their product, they're going to start to try to silence you. So make sure you have other fingers of all the social media that you can go to. Because they shut off one, you can go to the other 3, 4, and just get the word out and just keep talking and try to get that, like I am with this channel right here, trying to build it back up again, because it took years for me to get that 5,000 going, you know. And then the followers that were on top of that 5,000, because you can only get up to 5,000, and then what they do is you start following Dave Velasquez, which is mine right now is under Dave Velasquez Jr., which is still, I'm a junior. My dad was Dave or David, and I've always went by Dave, so I just changed it up a little bit. But I'll after today, after Christmas, I have one more job I have to do in Rock Springs, and I'll be there for about 3 days guiding, and then I'm done. But we have the time that I'll be up there, it's going to be 30 degrees in San Antonio, so we won't be out hitting, you know. And a lot of my guys are on here chomping at the bit, and you can see that they're actually chiming in tonight that want to get out there and start hitting. And because we have a tournament coming up, I think Chino said the other day, we have a tournament coming up in, when is it? January, I think, Chino, is what he was talking about. He's sending out group text on everybody. But make sure that you get in. If you guys are on Facebook, jump over to that YouTube channel and join or subscribe. If you want to be a membership, get on that membership channel too. Because I've got, what, 20, I think that's 25, 26 now on YouTube. I've got 26, which is not bad for Facebook. And another thing too is, what says, what's up, Jay? I can't read what you're saying, but another thing too is, you know, I am on Instagram. I've got 1,700, 1,800 followers on Instagram. I have a membership channel, 75, no, 80 guys joined my membership channel. I've got bat giveaways on that membership channel that a lot of these bats I'm going to show you are going to go on that as a bat giveaway for a raffle, you know. But I'm going to double down. I'm not going to, this is not, you know, what's up, Big Chef? I know you're putting out a lot of content. You're hitting the YouTube like it's freaking every other day, but that's a good thing, because a lot of you guys out there, you guys watch this too. I invite you to just, you know, I've said this years ago, is start putting out more content, because what happens this time of year is nobody, Merry Christmas to you too, nobody is hitting now, or should be hitting nowadays. If you are, don't use a good bat, but nobody is, you know, out hitting. It's snowing outside a lot, but it's freezing. So they're going to be inside. They're going to be watching you guys' channel. Jesse, he sent me a shout out the other day. Jesse from BP Hero, he's putting out a lot of stuff, and he just started doing that a few months ago, and doing a lot of social media stuff where you're out there talking. I seen where Big Chef was out there talking about cutting the ball, talking about hitting off a tee. Guys, there's seniors out there that they want to hear this shit. They want to hear the shit on YouTube. They want to hear it on Facebook. They want you to share it with them, because like me, like these, you know, these classes that are coming up. You know, I think Steve Emily has one. Alan Tanner has Florida. Ken Vanbergard has that area too. Clem just went to one, you know, on the East Coast, because Clem travels a lot and he goes to all of these things. And I think that benefits. I love getting knowledge from a lot of guys. It doesn't matter who you are, you know. I love getting knowledge from a lot of those guys, because I can change a little bit of something, you know. And Ed Rose, he's putting out a lot of videos talking to a lot of the older guys on about hitting and clutch situations and hitting, and, you know, just different. I think what a lot of seniors out there that live up north in that 1 foot of snow or 2 feet of snow, and they want that knowledge. They want to hear what you do. You know, you YouTubers out there, you do. You know, they want to hear the Facebook guys that put out their little shorts on Facebook. Even TikTok too, man. A lot of you, you know, a lot of you guys post that little shit on TikTok. It's entertaining to a lot of us. I like watching it when I'm up at the ranch. I'll sit there and go watch TikTok every once in a while. I'm not stuck on TikTok like a few of my guys are, but it's entertaining to me, and I like watching it, because that's something that I really do enjoy, and I love playing softball. So And it's my therapy. You know what I mean? It's something that I do to relieve stress, plus the weight room, which is right next door here. Merry Christmas, guys. My daughter is down here from Vegas with her husband, and they're hanging out. Now that I went on that rant, guys, join. If you guys put up different kinds of channels, all the guys that are listening to this, and I got 29 here, you know, down, cut in half, I guess, from the last time. I've gotten 30, 34 right there, 35 on my YouTube. Get out there and get a part of, get into every social media. A lot of you back review guys, I know Johnny Bailey's hitting it pretty hard right now, doing a lot of lifting, you know, and a lot of training during the off season, because that's when you do. That's when you get bigger, stronger, faster in the off season, and then you go through the year, kind of lay off the weights a little bit on the weights and maintain. Basically, you know, what I do is try to maintain, not do too much heavy stuff, a lot of explosive movements during the off season when we are working out. And then a lot of videos, man. A lot of guys like watching guys hit base hits and stuff like that. I mean, that's not all about blowing the ball out of the yard anymore, because anybody could do that now, especially with all these cheater bats out there, which goes me right into what happened. Patty had sent me an article about somebody got busted. And, you know, I hear so much about this, about who got busted and what happened. And apparently he was a known shaving guy, and somebody got caught, somebody got hit, and somebody got caught. They took the bat from him and found out it was shaved, and he's been banned. I think a lifetime ban for a lot of these guys out there. I think it's what you guys, this is what I want to get through to a lot of you guys out there. It's worse than you ever might think it is. And I think that's what, that is what has transpired with a lot of you guys that are thinking it's not that bad. And I see a lot of you guys replying to a lot of these posts out there, and it's like, it can't be that bad. Like, that's the feeling that I get, and it is that bad. A lot of you guys, not a lot of you guys, a handful of you guys have told me, since you know bat shavers, why don't you expose them? Okay, it's just not 10% of bat shavers. What's up, Charlie? It's just not 20% of bat shavers out there. Now, if it was that low, you probably can get away with, you know, naming a few that actually you guys know that have done it. But the reason this channel has succeeded for 14 years is because I'm loyal to you guys. So when you guys tell me these things, and if you're a bat manufacturer and you have caught somebody but not exposed them and just told them we're done with you. We're not going to do you anymore because you cheated, and then push away from that guy. That's a lot of shit you guys don't hear, but I hear it. And they name the name, and I'm like, holy shit. It's not the 10%. It's not the 20%. Guys, this is huge. So it's almost like the Jose Canseco thing, right? Because he got blackballed. When he first came out, think about it. It is that big, the steroid era. It is that big, I think, about shaving bats. I think a lot of people do it, you know? And at first I thought that it was the young kids coming up, the 40-year-old, 39-year-old that were doing it in U-Trip. So what do? They jump right into senior ball, and then they start, I'm trying to go back and forth, but they get into senior ball, because I got 43 right over here. They get into senior ball, and what they do is they're not going to stop. It doesn't matter the performance. They're not going to stop shaving, because they've always shaved in the 35s, you know, playing that year in their year of ball. They're not going to stop doing it. They're going to carry it on into their 40s, because they have a guy that shaves their shit. They're not going to just stop doing it. You know, somebody the other day was asking that question, you know, right now, where do you think it's that bad with those guys? No, I think it's gotten really bad. I think it's gotten really bad with the guys that, yes, listen to this, John. John just said something that there the other day, right there. He just said something, and I want to address that too, because I don't want to get too far into this. I talked to a bat shaver, okay, could get knowledge. I just don't spew shit out of the mouth and start talking about shit, right? I talked to a well-known bat shaver. It is as bad in youth ball, college ball, guys, little league, fast pitch, youth. It is bad in that too. So it's just not senior ball. And get back to what I was saying. John's right, but get back to what I was saying is a lot of guys a long time ago were saying, you think it's and I preached this, you guys heard it, you think it's the kids that were coming up that brought it here. That's how come it's getting so big. No, I don't think that no more. I think it's the freaking older guys that are doing it too. The 65-year-olds are doing it. The 70-year-olds are doing it, I don't think it's as much, but I think that if you got that number, I think it's up there. Why? Because I talk to people, and I know there's a place in Florida that they catch them all the time, but you don't hear it like we got that big paper about those guys getting banned and outed and defaced or whatever. You're not hearing that on social media. It's actually put on the back burner. Quit doing that shit. We cut you again. We're going to suspend you for 2 months. I think that's the problem. But here's the deal, guys. Everybody was talking about this, and I actually posted that on Facebook. I have 39 right now. YouTube's still smoking, y'all. But I understand it. My legs cut out from underneath me. We put something out there, and a lot of guys were going, it's about time. And I understand that part. And a lot of you guys go, how come you wait till somebody gets hurt? I understand that part, but at least something's getting done. At least they're out there and somebody caught it and somebody put their name out there. You know what I mean? And guys, for 2024, I think this is the tip of the iceberg. I think what you're going to see is a lot of sanctioned tournaments start doing a lot more. And here's another thing too. They talk about compression testing. Somebody said that the compression test a wig popper at 150, 160. I've never had a wig popper get like 160. My wig popper stayed at 175, and that was it. I never, like right out of the wrapper, he said that his wig popper was 160. It doesn't get to 160. A lot of you guys are chiming in, and what I see is a movement, and with this bat shaving, because the biggest thing that I started preaching it years ago is I didn't want somebody to get killed. I didn't want somebody to get hurt. I played major plus ball for 10 years in senior 50s, 55s, and 60s. And I've seen some shit hit, guys, and that I want to talk about compression testing here in a minute. I've seen some shit that's hit that I'm like, holy shit. So it is big. And a lot of you guys were talking about, I'm kind of going back and forth here, why don't you say something? Well, Jose said something when there was like 80% steroid users in the Major League Baseball. And that's the number. I know. And here's the deal too. It's not that I just listened to Jose and got that. There's a guy that we know, me and Bubba and Trey, know this guy, and he played in the major leagues, and he told us it is bad. And he mentioned some names that a lot of you guys would know that they were doing it in the clubhouse, right? Because they need that incentive money. They need to make the All-Star game. They get money for doing all that shit. So it's gotten pretty bad. But when Jose did it, it was at 80, 90%. Guys, we are probably looking at numbers above 50%, I think. Especially when you get into as more toward the major plus, as AAA and AAA major plus guys that, that want to make a name for themselves. You know, I think, you know, and somebody had posted on Miken, because I'm a part of that Miken franchise channel, and I listen and watch everything that they post out there. And they said, why would they take the risk of a lawsuit, or, you know, by swinging a shaved bat? Because in their mind, they think they can control anything. They're not trying, if they're trying to blast middle. I really think that if the majority of shavers out there just don't go up there and try to blast middle, for one, that's the best way of getting caught if they hit him, you know? So I think what it does with shaving a bat is it gives them a little bit more distance. Wind's blowing in. It's got a shitty ball. It helps them out. They don't go to the ballpark thinking they're hitting on the field with the wind's blowing in. So it gives them that confidence. That's the biggest thing, is confidence. They're not going to lose any confidence. The reason they do it is the reason they can't stop doing it is because of the confidence level. They don't want to go from a shaved bat to a senior bat, because there is a big difference in that. So what you have is, and I don't want this to turn into me just ranting about shaving bats, but Jose got blackballed. Jose couldn't find a team to play on. So when it's that high level, and I think a lot of these guys are telling me, why don't you out them? Well, it's not at the 20%, guys. It's not at the 30%. We're talking about, I think, a little higher than 50%, or close to that 50% out there. That 40 to 50 is what I'm saying. And that's pretty high when you're talking about all the seniors out there. And I think with this happening the last 4 or 5 days, I think that's the tip of the iceberg. I think what we need to do is, somebody threw out compression testing. You just can't go by compression testing, because this bat right here, this bat, OG Dudley, and I'm not selling it, so don't, a lot of you guys ask me if I want to sell it. No, I'm not selling it. This will be with me forever. This bat can get down to a 150 compression test. So what you're doing with a lot of these 65, 70-year-old guys, and I've seen you guys at tournaments, you 65, 70-year-old guys that are swinging this, because this bat will last you forever, because 65, 70, 75, your bat speed's not at 100. So this bat will last you forever. So you compression test it, and you find out, because you got it dropped down from another guy that used to swing it 5 years ago that actually got too soft for him. So now you're swinging a 150 bat, the compression test, and you put it in, and they start compression testing this bat, and all of a sudden you're labeled a cheater because it compression tested 150. I compression test other bats that have soft barrels. Miken, the new Mikens right now, the Johnny Bailey, that thing compression tested 140 when I got done with it. So now, if I got that compression test in a tournament, a sanctioned tournament, and they compression tested at 140, what are you going to label me? I go, no. If I failed, you cut that sumbitch open, because I don't want these guys sitting around looking at me going, I cheated. Just because naturally this bat will drop below a 150 and compression testing. You want to drop lower? The black one, the black OG Dudley, will drop lower than that to 140, 135. But, and I understand 150, 160 in the hands of a 100-mile-an-hour guy doesn't do shit. So you're taking the bat out of 100-mile-an-hour. So you're benefiting you're not the older guys. You're taking bats out of their hands to perform for them. And I've been preaching this since day one about your bat speed is supposed to be tied with your bat that you use. So what you're doing when you compression test, right? So if you're testing at 150, 160, and the guy swings 100 miles an hour, give him a 170, 180, that bat will perform better for him than the 150 and 160. Unless that's all he does is slap and cut, right? That's what I'm saying. You just can't go by compression testing. But if you go to a 160, a 60, 65-year-old guy that his swing speed is 50 to 60, and his compression test at 150, 140, you throw it out, holy shit, what is he going to go to? So you're making him swing a heavier, a wall that compression tested with 60, 170, and he's not going to benefit from it, right? It's not just compression testing, is what I'm trying to tell you. The Adidas bats, right there, Jason talks about the Adidas bat. Those get soft as shit. One of my best bats of choice, it's on my top 10 discontinued list of best bats out there, is the old Adidas, the old Reeboks, because that barrel got soft. I'm a cutter. I slap the ball. I guarantee you guys, when I'm playing a tournament, 80% of my hits are slaps up the middle, and I benefit better because I'm only swinging 60, 75% from a soft barrel bat. You know, big musclehead guy gets up there, 6'8". He benefits better from a harder barrel, a 200, a 190. Bubba Blake hits the ball further with a 175 to 185 bat, compression test on bat. You know, me, 150, 160, and I have swung 150, 160 bats. You know, but if you just go by compression testing, what you're doing is you're putting seniors in categories where they cannot succeed. You know, I would say not only compression testing, but maybe weigh in a bat. You know, there's got to be a way where you can check thickness on a wall. If you suspect, pop that end cap out. A lot of people are saying, a lot of those guys go in through the ass part of this, the bottom part of this, the knob, and there's a hole there. They can drill it, which I don't know how they do that now because this is supposed to be solid. I don't know if it's hollow now. I haven't cut one of these open in years. Have I cut them open? Yes, just see how they're made. But a lot of times they'll put a big ass compression on that and just blow it, air inside here, and pop that end cap off. Or I've seen it do it in the old days, just drill a hole, pop it off, re-glue another one back in there. You know, maybe you bat in question, you don't cut it, you just pop that end cap off, you know, have him go down and get, or pay him to go down and get another end cap on the thing. Guys, I can sit here for hours and talk about this shit, but what do you do? I say, I'm not saying just nix compression testing. I think compression testing can actually put you on a path to look further into what happened. Because a lot of these bats, the Micans, you guys, these new Micans, 2024 Micans that are out, the new, which I heard is a soft barrel, and I should have, this one right here, I'll talk about it in a minute, but this one, the Mario Foster, I heard this barrel gets really soft, you know. Compression test them up to a 150 is what I heard somebody's standards were going by. If you go to a 150, then what about the guys with the slower bat speed, and you compression test it, and he loves that bat because he's getting that recoil really good for him. He's not imploding on that barrel. A lot of you guys with that 85, 90, 95 mile an hour bat speed are going to implode that 150. So chances are you're not swinging a 150 compression tested bat at 95, 85 miles an hour, because you should know, if you're playing that level, you should know more about, and you do know about your bat. You should know where the balance points are at. You should know what the compression testing is on that bat. You should know that. So you're not going, let's compression test your bat. Here you go. Oh, you're like at 190. What's your bat speed, 100? You know, oh yeah, it is. Well, you benefit better from a 190 compression test, right? No guy's going to blindly go in there and go throw his bat up there at a 150 and he's got 100 mile an hour bat speed. Oh, you're kicked out. Oh, okay. Doesn't work that way, guys. But I understand where you're going. I'm just saying it should not be the only thing that you look at. You know, a lot of the 50, 60, 70 mile an hour guys, your 60, 65, 70-year-old guys, you're going to get the 150 compression testing. You're not going to get it with the kids coming up because that bat does nothing for them, right? But I like the direction you're going in. At least, here's the deal too, at least you're doing something. 2 years ago, nobody was doing dick, but now you're doing something. So yes, thank you for that. So, bat weigh in the bat, you know, weight distribution. You know, if you got a bat out there like this, you know, counterbalance, counterweight it. If this is a 26.5 and that end weight's not at a 17 and that end weight's a 16, red flag. Because I know exactly this is the Suncoast. I know what the end load is on the Suncoast right now. It's 17. It's a mega load. So if you did a counterbalance on this, find out the hand weights, 8s, you know, 8.8, I think is what this one is. Shit, pretty good. It's 8.8. And then the end weight's 17. And let's say there's a 16 on the end, that's a red flag. So maybe there's other things weighing the total weight of a bat, you know? And it's not going to be spot on. If you take those two numbers and you add them together, it's not going to be spot on. A lot of you guys going, well, I can't do end weight against handle weight against end weight because the numbers don't match. The numbers aren't supposed to match, guys. They're not supposed to match, okay? Because 26 ounce a bat is with the hand weight with the leather on it. You take that off, and that's 7/10 to half an ounce off of that bat. So right away, this bat's going to be 7/10 lighter when you put it on a scale because you took the hand weight off of it. So when the guys tell me, well, your end weight doesn't put them together on the handle weight, they don't go, they're not supposed to. I'm ranting too much about that shit. I got another discount code. Go to my website, seniorsoftballbatreviews.com. I have another discount code for the anonymous bats that are coming out. It's in the other room. That review's coming out in a couple of days too. I'm going to work on it during Christmas. I got a lot of reviews coming out. The bats I'm going to talk to you about today a little bit is about the bats that I have not swung or are not done swinging. Big turnout with YouTube. I never thought I was going to get up to that, guys, on that YouTube channel. Thanks a lot for that. Facebook, about as many on Facebook I do on YouTube. Guys, y'all need to get together. YouTube, join Facebook. Facebook, join YouTube. You know, just don't be a watcher. Be a subscriber. Not only me. We've got a lot of other guys can comment down here and give their YouTube channel or their Facebook, right? All you guys out there doing bat reviews or want to get or have... Not even just bat reviews. A lot of you guys out there that have channels, because I have a lot of people that watch my shit, and they don't watch it tonight. They'll watch it tomorrow night during New Year's. Thanksgiving, Christmas Eve, you know, and then over the Christmas holidays, they'll watch it. So put your shit up here, guys. Put your shit up there. A lot of you guys cross-reference and join the movement so you guys can get informed. Just not somebody up here that is trying to push an agenda. A lot of the guys out there that actually get out there and put their ass on the line because they are putting their ass on the line, you know, and get criticized, you know, or get deleted from shit because you don't like the way I look or you don't like what I say or you don't like that I curse, you know, and then you delete my shit. That's Bush League bullshit to me. But here's the deal. That's all I'm going to say about that. I'm not going to go back on that shit. I lost a lot of people, but I'm getting those numbers up. And I look at it, I always look at things, the glass half full. So I look at it as I'm going to build this channel up. I'm going to put people in that channel that actually do watch my shit because I'm at 42. I am 10 away. I've got 500 people on this. I'm at 44 right now. I am 10 people away than average of what I did every week. So what happened to those other 4,500 people? Were they bots? Were a few of them bots, you know, that weren't watching my shit? So I'm going to hand pick, and a lot of them are going to senior players, you know. I even kick little family members out too. I'm not going because they don't keep in contact with me. So I'm going to hand build this channel to nothing but senior players. A lot of you guys, kids, want to get into this and learn what you're going to be looking forward to when you do get into senior ball. The hell, that's fine with me because you will gain knowledge if you're watching this, you know. But I am reaching out. A lot of you guys say, hey, is this really you? Yeah. It's really me, you know. I'm trying to build the channel up again. And I'm getting, you know, 41, 45, 47 on YouTube. And that's, damn, I feel good about that, you know, because it's damn near close to what I was pulling it every week with 500 people, not 5,000. So a lot of those guys just weren't watching my shit. So I need to get rid of them, rebuild the whole shit. And that's the way I look at it now. I'm just going to rebuild it where it's bigger, better, you know, for next 2024. I don't want this to be that long. Discount codes, anonymous senior softball bat, anonymous glove company. I've got a discount code. It will be on my channel the next day. He's giving me a discount code on there too. And I'll put his website up. You can click on it. It's on the front page up on the top. And he'll be around that circle. You click on his stuff and there will be a discount code. I think it's Velasquez 20. Don't quote me on that. going to answer some questions before I get too far into this. Guys, on that buy, sell, and trade, and I talked about this a little bit last week, on that buy, sell, and trade, and you guys on YouTube, I have a buy, sell, and trade on Facebook. And if you guys are looking for people, actually, what we're trying to build, me and Patty, Trey's in there too, are trying to build that channel where you're not going to get scammed, that will out all the scammers that are on there. I've been hit, not hit. I haven't paid them anything, but there are some people that actually have called me and asked me for money, and they'll pay me back tomorrow. And I don't deal with that shit, unless you're a family member. I don't do that kind of stuff. I don't lend money out. I don't give you bats. I don't give bats away. I've had a lot of people over the last, year that asked me, what do you do with these bats? Well, mainly my guys have first choice. My guys want likes the bat, wants it. Clem asked me for the Proton, the ASA Proton. Clem, I put that in the other room too. He asked me for the ASA Proton. Sure, take it. I wasn't going to do anything with it. It's a good ASA bat. And he's got a tournament next week in ASA that he's going to take it to. And I told him he can have it. This is a question I think a lot of you guys need to hear. What 5 end load bats have less hand weight than any other bat out there? I'm just going to tell you the company that has less hand weight than any bat out there where you're going to get a big sledge effects. That's Onyx. Any Onyx bat other than this bat, right? Because what he did was he went higher in the hands. He's one of 8.6, but Carlos loads his bat with 7 on the hands, very light handle weight. So any senior bat, other than that bat right here, has low hand weight. So that's your question. Pick 5 of the Onyx bats. All of them have less hand weight in the senior market. Your 1-piece and your 2-piece. So it'd be Onyx out there. What a lot of you guys asking me about my hand. Let me show you this. I was guiding about 3 weeks ago. Might have been 2 weeks ago. And I got showed a picture of my hand. We really don't know. It got infected. I got a fever, got the chills, got body aches, almost like I was catching the flu again. Like I've been beat up after whatever got me. And it was cold outside, 25 degrees, and I was moving animals, and I picked up an animal out of the brush, and I don't know if it was a brown recluse or I don't know if it was a snake. Usually when it's 25 degrees outside, you don't get a lot of snakes. But what it did to me was it got me on the ring finger and it tore it up. It actually dissolved a lot of the meat and the muscle out of it. I'll show you guys too. It dissolved a lot of the meat and the muscle out of it. And you can see where it took a big indention out of it. And that's just a layer that came off of it. But it darkened it. What it does was some kind of a poison when it popped me, and it wasn't a black widow because I've been hit by black widows before. So it's either a brown recluse or it was a snake, one of the two. And it got me right here. You can see actually the open place on it where it got me, and it dissolved all of that tissue underneath it and got kind of big, which looked like a snake bite at first. It's because and I went to the hospital, emergency room, and they gave me some antibiotics, which I'm still taking them. And they said it wasn't a brown recluse, which I thought it was a brown recluse, but it said it wasn't. So it's healing, guys. It's not bad. It's not swollen anymore, but it's just, this is the part where you've got to take care of it a little bit. I cleaned it. I just got back from the ranch last night and I cleaned it up because I had blood on it and stuff. But everything's good with the hand. A lot of you guys asking about the hand. Everything's good. Not a problem with it. I haven't gripped the bat. I'm just going to wait till it heals all the way, which hence the cold weather. Another thing too, you guys shouldn't be out swinging in this cold weather because you're going to break anything. Two things I want to talk about before I get back. You'll break anything that's out. Any kind of top tier bat, you should not be swinging in less than 65 degree weather. And I'm not talking about it just got up to 65. I'm talking about it's been 65 for 24 hours. And then you can swing in it. And I still think a lot of swing with it. I think a lot of these bats that I'm fixing to show you are top tier bats that are coming out right now. The one thing I will tell you this is, and a lot of these bat review guys out there who will vouch for this, is the bats are better now than they've ever been. we have, the technology is kind of taken off, and I'll kind of talk about that here in a minute after I got through weighing some of these bats, these new bats that I have coming up. And you guys have asked me about these bats for the last 3 months. You guys asked me about these bats, and I just got them in. Somebody asked me 3 questions. Do you ever do cardio? Hell no, I don't do cardio. At my age, cardio is bad for my knees, bad for my back. I do have a bad back, and I'll talk about, I've got you guys out there with bad backs. I'm going to tell you something that you guys really need to do. And it'll help your longevity if you do have a bad back. You just don't have to quit softball because your back hurts every time you swing, or your back is sore for 2 or 3 days. But a lot of you guys ask me if I do cardio. No, you cannot. There is something with weight training to get stronger in cardio. If you want to get stronger, you need to stay away from cardio. You know, if you do cardio a lot, you're not going to get stronger, as strong as you would if you're not doing cardio. So I stay away from cardio because I work on fast, explosive movements when I work out. So I like training. I'm not training for endurance. Softball, when you're hitting, is an explosive movement. You're in 4 times in a game. You're going to do a 1 rep, right? You're not going to get out there and hit 60, 70 balls in 1 game. So that's the way I look at it. I look at it as I'm going to do a 1 rep max 4 times in an hour and 15 minutes. So it's an explosive movement. I don't want to be out there, and because what cardio does is it just gets you white muscle, brown muscle fiber, right? So you're going to be brown muscle fiber. You're not going to get big. I do the explosive movements when it comes to working out. You're going to get a little bit bigger, white twitching muscle fiber, guys. Explosive movements. Cardio doesn't do that. Cardio takes away from that. So I tend to do, even with running, you know, my legs, I'm pretty fast. So I do explosive movements for about 40 yards and then I walk back. I'll do explosive for 40 yards. I'll walk back. I won't try to run 5 miles, 4 miles, 3 miles. I couldn't do it anyway, because I'm not trained for it. But I can damn sure tell you I can run from home plate to first base really fast because I've trained for that. So I do not do cardio, no. Bad back, lightweight with big end load. Guys, I've had a bad back for years. I swing 25 and 26 ounce bats. Very seldom do I swing a bat with big end load to it. So if you guys have that lower back problem, which I do. So what I do is when we get sent bats, a lot of the bat manufacturers will put too much end load on that bat, and it's got a 17.4, 17.5 on that end load. I can't swing that bat a lot, and my dumb ass gets out there and I try to do it. So what happens when I do that is I kind of hurt my back a little bit. So it takes about 2 to 3 weeks for a chiropractor again, massage the lower back again. So I kind of stay away. If you guys have bad backs, stay the F away from big, heavy bats. Now, you guys are thinking, but Dave, I like the distance. If you go lighter I'm not talking about lighter in like a balance bat. Transition from your balance bat to an end-loaded bat. Go to a 16.5 on the end with a 8.2 on the hands. So that's what I've done all my life. I've always had low hand weight, you know, and I've always had that 16.5. And I know that I cannot go above a 16.8. I know this, or my back will hurt. So a lot of you guys don't have to retire because your back hurts all the time. Drop the weight, but it's the way you drop it, your weight distribution. Lower in hand weight, lower in the end load, but still make it where it's a big end load. So Carlos Vega does that. I mean, a lot of these a couple of these bats I'm going to show you, you know, maybe not a 9.2, go down to an 8.8, an 8.5 on the hand weight, and put your 16.5 on the end with what are you going to do now? You're going to put a softer barrel in there. So you guys with those bad backs, your mindset needs to think softer barrel, less hand weight. Go down half an ounce on the end. So go down a little bit on the end weight. You don't have to retire. So what you're going to do is if you go down on the end weight, go down to a softer barrel. Barrel's going to collapse better for you. You're not going to have that mass at 17.5 end load, right? To compress that hard ass wall. You're going to go down a little bit, half an ounce to 7/10 of an ounce, and you're going to have that wall a little softer. So it's going to compress. You don't need that big end load to compress. It's still going to compress and go down your hand weight. you'd be surprised on how much better your back feels from just doing that. And you're able to move it up to like 80, 60 balls in a hitting session instead of hitting 15, 20, 30 balls and your back hurting after you're done. So guys, don't give up on softball because you have a bad back. For one, find out, go to your doctor and find out what the problem is, because no matter what I can tell you, a lot of times I can't fix it. But if you're like me, and if you kind of push that envelope a little bit, because I hit with younger guys, and what happens is they swing that 16-4, that 16-5, that 17-4, 17-5 end load, and I grab it and I try to hit it because I see them getting distance out, and I'm like, oh shit, I never should have did. My back will spasm on me. I'll try to stretch it, it'll still spasm on me because I can't swing that heavy shit like I used to. Doesn't matter how much I get into the gym, doesn't how I don't do deadlifts anymore, but doesn't matter how much I control my legs, it's still gonna hurt me. So that's the one thing that I actually will tell you guys. One more. Reviews are different this time of year. If you've been doing this as long as I have, you understand that because of the chill in the air, ball flies a little better this time of year. That's how come I kind of lay off at this time, and I'll kind of watch the sun. I'll watch the weather. It's got to be 65, 70 a few days in a row before I get out there and hit. When you hit in chilly weather, you guys know this too, when you go to a tournament, and then all of a sudden it's like at that, 55, 60 degrees in the morning, that chill in the air. Everybody that's played softball knows this shit, that ball's going to fly in the morning. And then once it start warming up, the bat and the ball kind of evens out the way it used to be. So that's the reason why we kind of shut it down this year. We'll kind of sneak some stuff in there to just give you a tease on what's coming out in 2024. And we do this every year. But one thing you got to understand is the reason we kick it, and we live in San Antonio, Texas. A lot of my guys do. Charlie lives up in Dallas, and we always watch the weather. And I will not hit, one day it opens up to 75, and the day before it was in the 50s. I won't go out there, unless those balls were in my house. And I know a lot of you guys talk about this too. Is it's hard for you guys to keep the ball in your house because your wife gets mad at you, and I understand that. I really do, because I've dealt with that too. So, reviews change this time of year. You get a little bit better performance, and I try not to put that out there because I want the performance that you're going to get during the summertime, whenever you are out there and you're playing, because, it's all about getting the right information out to you guys. A lot of you guys ask me, how come you're not out doing this? Well, this is the reason why, because I'd rather talk to you about other nutritional stuff. And my next video next week on Friday should be about a lot of this is nutritional stuff and working on my membership channel, you guys over here. I've got those videos coming up, and I'm gonna start putting more out there, but sharing, everything. And what I like about what a lot of those bat review guys are doing is, and you need to keep doing, is I have that senior softball bat reviews and that senior softball buy, sell, and trade. Post all your shit on there. That way everybody gets recognized. And the more the merrier, guys, what I'm talking about. Let me talk about bats. The reviews are coming up, and what I have new that just came in yesterday, I think. Short Porch has the player, Brandon. This is the new, the Short Porch is the one that they're bringing back, and it's the player. They got that little guy on there. Again, still, we have not, as you can see, we don't have no tape on it yet. We have not hit this bat yet. This D. Marini balance bat, I have a video on this. It will be out. Where this is be out 2 weeks. We're going to hit it one more time, and we love this bat. TPS bet line. And if you guys are new to this, and I know a lot of you guys are, I'm kind of repeat myself from what happened about a week and a half ago. This is the Richard Superior. This is a 2024 Richard Superior and the Louisville TPS 2-piece bat. Looks like a 13-inch, 12.5-inch barrel. Better, and you hear that? It's better than the Richard Superior from last year. This is a 2-piece. It's not for the guys with that 60, 65, 70 mile an hour bat speed. This is going to be a harder barrel, but you can still collapse it. And you can hear the video of me talking about it. AT-18, guys. 150 swings, 175 swings. 150 for us, 160. It started to open up. We hated it before that. Actually, you can see the video. I cut it up over the weekend, last weekend, and the one we have coming out on this. And you can see it's nobody wanted to swing it until it broke in. Once it broke in, whoo, Clem will vouch for that one. Hot ass bat. This one right here, love the way it swings. 17 on the end, 8/8. It is a mega load, a true 1 ounce end load. 8/8 on the hands. We'll be finishing this review up one more time. We're going to give it, and it's going to, and it already started to loosen up a little bit. The one thing Suncoast knows this. The one thing about Suncoast is when they know that whenever they build a big end weight, and John over there knows this shit, is when they build a big end weight and less handle weight, 8/8 on the hands, they got to beef up that barrel a little bit. Well, what you don't do is you don't get that hot out of the wrapper shit like this one, right? So this one has high handle weight, end weight's not there. It's not big end load, but he knows that this barrel can open up really fast, and it's hot as shit real fast. So what he does, and I know why he does it, and a lot of bat companies should follow him, is they beef up this barrel a little bit more because you got big mass on the end, 8/8 on the hands. So you got to have that barrel a little beefier. It's going to take longer to get there, but it's still going to be hot. That's the feeling we get on that bat right there. I need to quit bringing that bat out. I've cut up the video on this. The review will be out on this within a week on this one right here. This is the soft barrel Onyx. This is the soft barrel Onyx that just came out with. Love this bat on the way it performs. Carlos went a little bit higher in weight, not too much. 8/8 on the hands, 8.5, 8.4. And what he did was, with doing this on his new line of bats that he came out with, he picked up the consistency. Because there's a line, guys, you can't get too light in the hands. You can't put just a little bit of hand weight. You can't do it too much, because what happens is you start losing control, especially with senior ball. I'm not talking about the kids. This doesn't happen to those guys. That's how come the biggest, I'm not saying crybabies, I'm just saying the biggest reply from a lot of seniors out there are the 35, 40-year-old guys that are just getting to seniors and don't understand the flex points and don't understand the weight distribution and don't understand the walls can get hard, soft or hard on bat speed. You have less bat speed, the softer you need. You got higher bat speed, the harder you need. Big mass on the end, because you can use that mass because you're swinging 100 miles an hour to compress that wall. I can't do that. So a lot of the replies I get, or the comments I get, like I'm full of shit, is from the 35-year-old guys, a lot of conference players out there that haven't had that diminishing bat speed. Guys, I was 42 when my bat speed was what it was when I was 32. So I understand. I went through that, and that's the biggest reply from you guys. You're going to get there, and you go back and look, that old son of a bitch was right. He knew what he was talking about. I don't want to show that. Hang on. Where can y'all buy this bat? This is the new one, 12-inch barrel, 16.6, 8.8 on the hands. A lot of guys out there asking me, where can you buy this bat? Right here. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know when they're coming out. I'm just the bat review guy. That's all I do. I just do bat reviews. Shit, we got 50 over here. Look at you guys, man. I'm all proud of y'all and shit. First time doing YouTube live. And I got that many people. Get a tear in my eye. Not really. This is the Senior Slugger from TPS. This is it right here. So we just started hitting this. I think Clem was the only one to pick this up and hit it. Clem is the only one to pick this up and hit it. You have to ask him. Nobody touched it. Again, that is a balanced bat, guys. I'm pretty sure. That is a balanced bat. Balanced player model. Yeah. And it's hard barrel. TPS. I don't think TPS has put out a soft barrel bat. Where am I going to go? Short Porch. I seen him chime in here. California Bat Company, where you been, man? I've not heard from you guys. I know you got some new shit coming out. Drip. This is the bat I've been hearing so much about. We have not swung it because it's been cold. I don't know where the hell you guys are swinging, where you can get swings on this. I can understand Big Chef because he's down in the south. The 26 ounce, 16.9 on the end. You got an 8.8 on the hands, 16.9, 8.8 on the hands. I like those numbers. Like I said, it's 16.8, 16.9. That's more me. My back won't hurt after swinging this thing. But we haven't got out and swung it. As you can see, we don't have no bat tape on it. We used to do that when we pull up in the parking lot. That's Johnny Dykes. I heard a lot of good shit about it, but I'm not going to say anything because we haven't swung it. This is the balanced wig popper. Now, you've got 16.3, 9.3 on the hands. 16.3, 9.3 on the hands. You're going to see that. And I sure hope that that barrel is soft. You know, softer than the regular wig popper, you know, because of that 16.3 on the end. We haven't swung it either. That is a balanced bat. The reason I said that, it's a balanced bat. So you don't have that big mass on the end, you know, that shouldn't be on the end because it is a balanced bat. Then the wig popper. This is the new one that's out. So I guess they went from the white one to this one. And you guys remember, wig popper actually flattened that out. It makes it swing a little bit more heavier than the original red wig popper. And they got a different coating on it too. It says power load, 17 ounces on the end, 17 ounces on the end, and 8, 9 on the hands. I really do like those middle 8s to high 8s, not too much further, because of the consistency you get on your swing. You just, Trey, Clem, you're just being a dick now. Trey had surgery. Trey's out for a while. He had elbow surgery. Trey Roberts did. He's trying to get back in. Anonymous, I got it in the other room. Here's the deal about the Anonymous too, you guys on YouTube, is I did that bat raffle. Somebody won it. I can't think of his name right now, but he won it. And I got to do the review on it before I send it off to him on the black one. Now, Anonymous has came out with 3 other different color bats and that are taking the place of the black one. So I think they changed colors on me. Now I'm going to have to grab that bat again, and I'm going to have to do a review on that bat. I can't just do, in other words, it's going to be 2 separate reviews, and this kind of sucks. But on the black one, which I don't think they're making anymore, the black one, which I don't think they're making anymore, and then they went to different colors. So anytime you change colors, I got to do a review on it. I just can't put it out there as the original black one, because anytime you change paint schemes or colors, it affects the performance of a bat. I don't know if you guys know that or not, but this is true fact. Anytime you put a clear coat on a bat, you're changing the way the bat recoils. You're changing the way the bat performs, either good or bad. The less paint you put on a bat barrel, the better performance you're going to get. You know, you put a clear coat on it because of the texture, Bubba. We talked about this years ago, about the texture of a bat. You know, I think it affects the performance if you put a clear coat on it compared to a matte finish. You guys on that membership channel, I talk about that in length. Short porch, yes, Trey does love short porches. And here's the deal too, and a lot of you guys said, hey, I'm used to swinging. Trey will vouch for this one. I'm used to swinging. I'm almost done here. I got 2 of the bats. I'm into it for almost an hour now. Trey came in with us as a 2-piece guy, okay? I'm not that believer where I got to swing a 2-piece or a 1-piece. I swing the best performing bat out there, it being a 1-piece or a 2-piece. A lot of you guys say that are stuck on that, well, a 2-piece flex is better than a 1-piece. Well, not necessarily, because you can find a 1-piece that'll flex better than a 2-piece. You know, I can see from the same bat manufacturer, you'd be right, but don't just pick one because you think it flexes better. Don't pick a 2-piece because you think it flexes better, because I've grabbed a lot of 1-pieces that actually flex more than a 2-piece. So I never thought that when Trey came, he had that mindset, right? And Trey will vouch for this one. Trey came in the mindset where he had a 2-piece, and he always swung with 2-piece. And we tried to get him to jump ship onto a 1-piece, you know. And finally, he grabbed that wig popper, and he started hitting it, and he was in love. And he started shit coming out of his mouth that he never talked. And Trey, actually, if you notice that Trey used to be silent all the time until he grabbed that wig popper. Then his shit started, this shit is sick. And he started doing those little sayings, and it made him pretty popular because, you know, all of a sudden Trey's got a voice now, and Trey serves a purpose now. So he jumped ship. He jumped from a 2-piece to a 1-piece because he fell in love with that wig popper. You know, and he's got the mindset where he's going to do reviews on bats. Doesn't matter if they're a 1-piece or 2-piece, because that's out of his mind now. He has that confidence in a 1-piece that he used to have in that 2-piece. So a lot of you guys ask me, what do you like, a 1-piece or 2-piece? It doesn't matter. If one outperforms the other one, I'm going to swing the one that outperforms it. Doesn't matter if it's a 1-piece or 2-piece. But that's the mindset I put into this, that I went into this 14 years ago. Mario Foster, I contacted him. He contacted me about his new bat that's out. Now, the one thing about, like, this is the mother load. The one thing about, this is his new bat right here. And the one thing I will tell you about with Mario is he changed the weights on it, because the mother load used to be a 10-2, 10-3 on the hands. Well, they put that down to a real mother load, which is a 9-2. So he took that ounce out of the hands, which made it a real mother load. If you guys watched that, you know, it was on the Bon Parnell had a mother load that, and I bitched and moaned about it because it had a 10-2, 3-4 in the hands. I said, it's not a mother load, you know. So finally what Mario did with this bat is he took the weight out of the hands now. 17-2 on the end. This bat's going to kick my ass. It's a 27 ounce. 17-2 on the end, but my guys will love it because it got that big mass on the end. I had heard this barrel get soft, and it's a 1-piece. So we're kind of excited about swinging it. Can't get where it's actually warm enough to start swinging it. All right, guys. You talk and I listen. Monster, 1-piece. Bombardier, right here. This is the 1-piece out. Got a little bit thin hands. I think the other one's thinner. The 2-piece is thinner. Little bit, but I like the hands. Got a little knob on it, which really doesn't bother any of us. Kind of like that knob. It's a little smaller, but I think we can get used to it. It's not like the mic, and Mike usually has a big. It's more like a proton knob, a little smaller knob on it. I don't think it's that bad. It's the 1-piece monster bat. A lot of you guys are asking me, when are you going to get the monster? Well, I got them. Got them in yesterday. They just came in. Got them off their website. I don't know what I paid for them. Cheap. $179, $180, I think, on their website. But that's the one that's on the 17-2, 8-4 on the hands. A monster with 8-4 in the hands. That is freaking awesome. Like I told you guys about that hand weight. A lot of these bat manufacturers out there. What's up, Donnie? 8-4 on the hands and 17-2 on the end. A lot of you guys talking about this monster, which I heard they put out very good U-trip bats. And I cannot wait to get that out there and hit it. Hopefully that barrel is soft, because I like them soft barrels. BLU 82. This is the 2-piece monster. Right here. This is the 2-piece right here. And guys, they're both 26 ounces, 1 ounce end loads. And one thing I will say about Monster, this is what I call a 1 ounce end load. Okay. I love that shit. The way it sounds. It's got an alloy handle. I don't know if the other one, I know the other one doesn't, but it's got it's a 2-piece with an alloy handle. And it kind of looks like a 13-inch. I'm not reading it. It's a 26 ounce, but 1 ounce end load. It's got 17-1 on the end and 8-4 on the hands. Now I could call that a 1 ounce end load. You know, not pushing 1 ounce, but it's close to a 1 ounce end load. 8-4 on the hands, 17-1 on the end. This is the other one that we're going to swing. I actually think the BLU 82, the daisy cutter. Oh, there it is, right there. The daisy cutter. That's it right there. I love the way this bat feels. I think the handle is a little bit thinner, maybe like a 19. That other one might be a 20 millimeter handle. It is a little thinner on this handle. We love those thin ass handles. BLU, daisy cutter right here. Those are the ones that we have coming. Holy shit. Those are the ones we have coming out, and we're going to get to swing them. If the weather does not, by next week, if the weather does not, I'm going to tease you guys with this. If the weather does not get any better, we're going to go to DAVEV and hit indoors with the guys just to knock some of the cobwebs off, to get out there, because we haven't hit in so long, and I know we're going to be sore the first round that we do it, guys. Like I said, guys, have a Merry Christmas. I hope you get everything that you asked for. I know that we have family over every year for Christmas. 30, 40 people over here. Get the whole family coming in from out of state. And we have a Christmas Eve night. And then Christmas Day, we kind of, eat leftovers and stuff like that. A few family members come over, but our biggest night is tomorrow night. And I hope you guys have a Merry Christmas. I know, I hope you guys have a Merry Christmas, and I hope you guys but stay safe, don't too much partying, especially with New Year's coming out, just stay safe, whatever you do. I'll be on again next week, and I'm going to be running, because this is actually better than I actually thought it was going to be with you guys, and I appreciate for what you're doing. You guys jump over to Facebook, friend me. Your Facebook guys, jump over to YouTube and join that YouTube channel. And Merry Christmas to every one of you guys, and thanks a lot for what you do and how you support me. Thanks, guys.